Welcome back. During one emotional fraught scene in the biopic, of Freddie Mercury, portrayed vividly by Rami Malek, cautiously looks up at his fiancée and soon-to-be friend Mary Austin, played by Lucy Boynton, and says, "I think I'm bisexual." His lover looks down at him almost pityingly and retorts, "No, Freddie, you're gay." For many out there, this particular moment almost rang too true to real life. Bisexual people face the reality of bi-erasure on a nearly daily basis, for being told that they're either too gay or not gay enough, with little to no attention paid to their actual sexual identity. So it's natural that many critics and Twitter users would call Bohemian Rhapsody out for attempting to erase Mercury's bisexuality in this scene, especially in a film meant to celebrate him. Freddie Mercury, born Frederick Balsaria, sorry if I butchered that, was the lead vocalist and songwriter of the rock band Queen, regarded as one of the greatest lead singers in the history of rock music. He was known for his flamboyant stage persona and 4-octave vocal range. Mercury defied the conventions of a rock frontman with his highly theatrical style influencing the artistic direction of Queen. Mercury was born in Zanzibar, spent most of his childhood in India, then moved back to Zanzibar at age 17. He fled with his family from the racial violence that marked the Zanzibar Revolution and settled permanently in the United Kingdom. Mercury was ethnically Parsi, part of the Zoroastrian religious community, whose ancestors fled from Persia to India to avoid persecution following the Muslim conquest of Persia over 1,000 years ago. In other words, many people can be proud to call Freddie Mercury one of their own. In 1970, he formed the group Queen with guitarist Brian May and drummer Roger Taylor. Mercury wrote numerous hits for Queen, including Killer Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, Somebody to Love, We Are the Champions, Don't Stop Me Now, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. He became well known not only for his stellar voice, but also for his charismatic stage presence. As a member of Queen, Mercury was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001, the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2003, and the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2004. In 1990, he and the other Queen members were awarded the Brit Award for Outstanding Contribution to British Music, and 1 year after his death, Mercury was awarded it individually. Although both Freddie Mercury and Queen actively avoided publicly labelling his sexuality, lest it negatively impact their careers, Freddie Mercury's attractions and behaviour were openly bi. His relationships included Mary Austin, to whom he willed his home and the royalties from his music, and about whom he wrote the song Love of My Life. Later, Mercury was involved with Barbara Valentine, who is featured in the video for It's a Hard Life. In 1985, he began a relationship with hairdresser Jim Hutton that lasted until Mercury's death from bronchial pneumonia resulting from AIDS. Leslie Ann Jones, the author of 2 biographies on Freddie Mercury, spoke on the topic of Freddie Mercury's sexuality. It is still fascinating to me after all these years that Queen's management spent decades trying to convince the world that Freddie was heterosexual while he was alive, but then conceded to his homosexuality after he had died. They would not, however, allow for his bisexuality, even though they embraced and promoted Mary Austin, Mercury's longtime girlfriend, as his one true love. All their efforts to preserve Freddie in memory as effectively a straight man who was in love with one woman, his soulmate, Mary, but who was corrupted, quotation marks, by factions of the music industry and wasn't really gay, are ridiculous to me. He was clearly bisexual. In fact, one of the most famous moments in his life was when German police busted into his room and he was having sex with Barbara Valentine and a man. He's had many female partners, which the film left out to mention, especially the aforementioned Barbara. The reason why someone would say to Freddie, "No, you're gay," is because during certain years or certain periods in our history, people didn't believe people were bi, because they didn't believe it was a thing, or believe that people, say like an example, George Michael, used it as a gateway to homosexuality. Well, that's not universally true. Many people were disappointed to see this Bi-Erasure continue in 2008 in the 2018 biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. But what's more disappointing, even though Freddie is an icon for us all, even in the LGBT community, for example, the gay community, are involved with the Bi-Erasure, with rage-filled hearts shouting, "He's our gay icon. He's our gay icon." Well, I'm sorry, girlfriend, but he's bi, baby, and he was born that way.